Hello friends, welcome back to Adike's InfoTech channel. Today we are going to discuss about IICS Day 1. So what and all we are going to cover in this session is how to install this IICS and how to set up in your local system. And once we are done with that setup and all installation, we'll go with IICS overview. What is mappings, what is tasks, components and connections. What are ad hoc connections are available in IICS, like cloud connections and native connections. And after that, we'll see one simple mapping. Okay. So this is the all the things we are going to cover in this session. So let's get into the installation part now. So go to this link. I'll be providing this link in my description. Whoever wants to take the trial version for 50 days, you can just click on the provided link and you will come up with this login page. Okay. So what you have to give the details here is you just give the first name, last name and job title. You just give your personal email ID, anyone. And if you want to use that email ID as a username, you can enable this tick option. If you don't want to use that username as email ID, you can just uncheck it and give the username here. So that whenever you are going to log in, once you are done the registration, while logging, it will ask the username and password. So at that time, you have to provide this username. Okay. So let's do this first. So I'll just take my name, Raghunath. Yeah, let's say, and job title is I'm a senior developer. Work email. So what I'll just use this email ID, Lokesh K 0223@gmail.com. Okay. So I'm gonna use this as a username. Select role, whichever role you want to select. You just need to select role. That's it. Whether it is applicable to you or not, it's not a mandatory. If you want to provide your mobile number, you can give it, and organization name. You can use cell for any company names. Okay. Select country, state, Karnataka, Bangalore. You can give the pin code. Okay. Here it is asking your phone number. You can give, and then select this data connection. You can take anyone like Europe, Asia connection, Canada based on your region. But who are in India, you can select Asia Pacific. And here you can see whether you want to receive marketing communications via email or telephone. If you want, you can opt for this, or else you can just ignore it. And this you have to agree. Then click on start your free time, and it will ask you some what do you say, this system check, whether you are a robot or human. So what it is saying here, select all images with palm trees. So these are all we have verified. Just wait for some time. Yeah, you can see here, once the email ID is not registered in any of Informatica Cloud, then you will see this congratulations on starting your trial. If you are using second time, then you might get an error like this email ID or username is already in use. So you'll get that kind of errors. So finally, we successfully registered into this IICS trial version. Okay. So now what you have to do, once this page which appeared, you have to go to your mail ID and you need to check this. From Informatica, you got a from admin. you will get a mail like this. Dear Rangulath, welcome to the Informatica family. We are so glad that you are here. Before you can dive into the great features we have to offer, please verify your account. So you need to verify the account first. So this is the username. Since I have selected a email ID as username, so I got this username and the login URL. So this is important. You cannot go here and you cannot just log in. Okay, you cannot log in like this. So this is different login user. So the link you got to your email ID, this is the login link. So through this only you have to log in. Just copy and paste it here, and you can just bookmark this one so that in future you can log in from here. Okay. So what is my username here? Lokesh 0223 gmail.com. Okay, I'm just using that. Then it is saying password, right? So before that you have to click on verify me. Just click on this. So you will get to a new page where you want to create a password here. Okay, let's say I'll just create root 123 hash. So this is the password I'm giving, hash. Okay. The security question, you can select anyone in which city you were born. You can select like that. So here also it will ask whether you want to receive any marketing informations. If you want, you can click on this. Otherwise, you can just ignore that one and click on submit. Okay, here that is asking me password must be 9 characters. Info at that 123. Still we need more characters. Right? What I'll do, I'll just give Raghunath at 123. Okay, Raghunath at 123. So now click on submit. So it got created. If you want to save this ID and passwords, you can just click on that. Otherwise, not required. So here it is asking, do you want to receive periodic updates about products, solutions, and events? If you want, you can click yes. Otherwise, no. So I am selecting no here, and we'll come to the source and target. Okay, Sam, by it will just it's like predefined. If you want, you can select this. Otherwise, just click on don't show this again. Okay. So as of now, I'm not selecting anything. Here what it is saying, which source and target systems are you interested in? Okay, whether you are interested in Redshift, Amazon S3, Oracle, Salesforce, Marketo, local SEO. So in IICS, we're gonna do hands-on on local SP, Oracle, SQL servers, and Redshift, Amazon S3. We are not gonna touch this because most of IICS developers, they will be using Salesforce, local, Oracle, and we do have REST v2 connections. Okay, cloud services we have, and apart from that, we have a Snowflake data warehouse. So that will select while we are doing hands-on. So as of now, I'm just clicking on don't show this message again. So this is the now we logged in. So this is the home screen. Just remind it later. Okay, this is home screen. Okay, these are the service which is providing. If you just, these are all trial versions. Okay, for trial versions, these are all the services we have. If you click here, show all services, it will show all the services which is offered by IICS in real time. These will be enabled based on the project which you are working. Okay. So administration, monitor, operational insights, cloud integration for Power Center. So what is this? Allowing you to manage your on-premise cloud integration for Power Center domain from Informatica into Data Management Cloud. Use cloud data integration for Power Center to monitor the status of nodes and services in a domain and to manage domain updates. So this is entirely for admin teams. So they will be monitoring the health state of servers and what are the nodes available. If there are any nodes have been shut down or anything, some errors happen. So admin team they will go and check inside this. Okay, this is InfoCore, and if you see here, data quality and governance clouds. So in in interview, they might ask you how do you maintain data quality and governance. So if you are familiar in these areas, then you can answer that. Data access management, see data access management applications for cloud data lakes, and data governance and catalog. So it's all related to data lakes and data markets and data profiling. So how you profile your data, such as columns in a data source, such as volume, frequencies, patterns, and data types. You create and run a data profiling task on a data source to access the source metadata and view the collected column data statistics. So to view the statistics, this can be helpful. And data quality, how you will maintain the data quality. Okay, so create assets that you can use in cloud services to enhance and validate the quality of your data. So metadata command center, so metadata is nothing but it will in the cloud it will store all the connection details and the table schema details, views, primary keys, foreign keys, all kind of details it will be stored in the metadata center only. And these are integration cloud services, API integration, API manager, API portal, application integration console, business to business gateway, partner profiles, data ingestion, replication, data integration. So majorly we'll be working on data integration and data validation, human tasks, PC to cloud conversions. If you have to convert the workflows from Power Center to cloud, so this service will be helpful. And if some projects will be based on data management, master data management cloud, so they will be using all these kind of services. Okay, for trial versions we have only three to four services. Mainly we will be working on three services as a trial version trial users. One is data integration and the second one is administration and monitor. Okay, now what we'll do first, whenever you log in into the first step, so you need to go into the administrator service. So click on that administration service. Here what we can do some admin operations here. So before starting, we need to collect some uh, secure agents and we need to install runtime environments into our local system and we need to create connections, source target connections, and we need to create some platform connections, source and target platform connections. And we can create if you want, if you are dealing with some other cloud services like SAP, Salesforce, and for that also we need to create a connections in administrator services only. So for that, first we need to get into the administrator services and we need to do some operations. Okay. So once we are into the administrator service, so this is how it would look like. This is the organization name. So I have just given like the Deloitte. Okay. So it's just an overview. Organization name, organization ID, environmental production, QA development sandbox, let's say development, and you can give the description here. Number of employees it's not required, so these address and all it's not required. So organization's history here it will say, and authentication, these are all default, by default you'll get, and data integration services. Okay. All kind of information we can see here. And if you go to license, so here you will get like So when you started this trial version and when would be the ending date? So whatever you added any the add-on connections like cloud connections. So for that also you will have trail period. So all kind of informations will be shown here in the license. So these kind of information. See here organization ID is a type is trial, location is India, name, organization name. So description we haven't given anything, so it's blank. If you see a data integration advanced trial, it is a trial version. Starting date October 15. Let's say today's date is October 15 and expiry date will be November 14. Exactly 30 days. By after 30 days, it will your user login details will be removed from the cloud. So again, if you want to use this IICS trial version, again you have to log in with different Gmail account. Then you can use it for again 30 days. So if you have any connections, it will show here. As of now, I haven't added anything, so it's showing blank. So the first thing you have to go to runtime environment. So because when you create the mappings and tasks, you should have a runtime environment. Okay. Here by default we'll be having Informatica cloud hosted agent. So we cannot run on this cloud hosted agent. We need to run on local agent. Okay. Since it's a local system, we need to install one local secure agent. So for that, what you have to do, just download this. If you click on this, download secure agent, you will get one installation token. Okay. So select your platform, whether it is in Windows or Linux. Mine is Windows, so I'm selecting Windows. So installation token, this is one. You just take copy this one and keep it one side. Okay. So we need to use this and then click on this download. You will get the secure agent will be download. Okay, so now the agent is downloading. So once it is downloaded, we need to install this into our local system. Okay, so since I have already installed, okay, I'll just show you that. Since I have already installed the secure agent, so I cannot install two secure agents in one local system. So this is the one which I'm currently using. So once you downloaded that secure agent, right? Just click on to that. Go to download folder. Just double click on that. So it will just install that one, the downloaded software. You need to install it. So once installation is done, you will get a pop-up message like secure agent pop-up welcome. So there you have to give username and this installation token, whichever we have taken right here. That is it. So we have copied the secure agent token, right? So this one we have to give it there. Just click on OK, then the secure agent will start. Okay. So once the secure agent started, right, you will get this runtime environment here on your system name. With the system name, you will get one local runtime environment. So you need to wait for like 2 to 5 minutes till all these services turn up into green status. Okay. So once the status is shown here green, then our runtime environment is up and running. So once it is up and running, then only we can run any mappings inside this IICS. Okay. So this is about runtime environments. Every organization should have one runtime environment, whether it is a local runtime environment or Informatica cloud hosted agent. Without this, we cannot run any tasks or mappings inside the IICS. Okay, just remember this. This is also like one interview question. And go to connections here. If you see here, here we can create connections. Okay, as I said, Oracle source connections, targets, and platform source connection targets we can create here. So how to create, I'll just show you. So click on this new connection. Click here connection name. So first what I will do, I'll just try to create one Oracle connection. Okay, source and target. For that I'll just give Oracle source. Okay, this is a Oracle connection, right? So I'm clicking on that. If you see, once you define the type, then the next is runtime environment. You need to select runtime environment. So your local runtime environment you need to be selected. So select that, and Oracle subtype, this is which is on-premise, right? By default it will come. Authentication mode is also by default it will be there. You don't have to change these two connection types. Here username. Let me open Oracle. So I have already source and target schemas here. You see here I have source and target. So source I'm using it as a source. So go here. Username is source. Okay. Password I have given as source only. Host is local host and port is 1521. This is default for Oracle. And host is also default or local host. Service name is just give XC. Okay, code page you can select any one code page here. Okay, this is how you need to fill the connection. After you are done with this, just give test connection. So it will communicate with the SQL developer. Okay, SQL server. So the connection is correct, then you will get a message like this. The test for this connection was successful. Once you get this green status, then just click on this save button so that the connection will be saved. Close this. You can see here Oracle source I have created, right? So this is source and I'll create target as well. Here target I have created as a target schema. Okay. So I'll just give Oracle target. This is also Oracle connection. Select runtime environment, target, localhost 1521, XC. Okay. Test. For every connection you need to test it. So that only you will come to know whether it is working or not. Okay. Save it. So I have created Oracle source and Oracle target. Now let's create flat file connections. I have already here. If I'll just show you. Just again, you need to click on that new connection. You will get like this. Connection name flat file source. On the type, you just select flat type. Okay, flat file type. Your runtime environment and select the directory where you want to get the source files. Okay, so you don't have to browse here. Don't click on this browse. Okay, just go to your this folders, whatever the folders you have, will have, right? So there you have to go, and here I have created source file directory and target file directory here. So click on this, it will give you the path. Just copy that and paste it here in the directory tab. Okay, then select date format and code page, then test it. Once you tested it, it will send signals to this path. So whether this path is available or not to the local system. Okay, if it is hitting this path, then it will you will get the connection is successful. Okay, then save it. So that's how I have created source and target flat connections. Okay, so that's all about connections, and so then we'll go with adhoc connections. So if you come down here, you can see here add-on connect. Okay, if you want to connect some cloud services connection, then just click on this. add on connect button. So you will get these kind of connection details. So we have a cloud application connectors and some login data, Databricks connectors, IBM MQ connector, Amazon connectors. You'll get a lot of cloud services here. If you are Microsoft Azure, okay, Microsoft CDM. So whatever we have the cloud services, na, all cloud services connections will be here. You can just use all the trial versions. See, we have a SAP, ECC, ERP, Microsoft Azure, and we have Salesforce, SharePoint, Tableau connectors we have, and Zora, Cloud Application Integration, Copa. So we have many cloud connections. So this is the main advantage in IICS. We can connect with any cloud services. Okay, we can connect with the SAP BW, EAS2 connector. We do have Redshift and Hadoop connectors are there. ServiceNow connectors, Amazon Redshifts, Google BigQuery. So we have all kind of connections. If you want to search some particular, so let's say here Snowflake. So you have a target as Snowflake, then you can just search here. If you want to use this Snowflake as a target connection, just click on this start free time. And before that, you need to create account in Snowflake. Okay. So once you create in Snowflake, that you will get some user ID details. That user ID details need to be given in the connections. So then it will connect to the Snowflake. So these are the add-on connections. Okay. Uh, so this is sufficient as of now for first time. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll just go with how the mapping task component connectors, what are all this, we'll just check it. Okay. So click on this. You click on this, we'll go with the data integration. Let's discuss about data integration part now. So once you enter into data integration, this is how it looks like. This is the home button. Okay, whatever you have created the transformation, it will be shown here. These are all the recent mappings I have created, and these are all the jobs which I have done recently. Okay, and here it will show runtime environments as well, whether it's up and running. Okay, all runtime environment should be up and running. So then only you can create the mappings. Let's go now. If you click on this new, here we'll get a list of components here. So this is the task, and these are all the tasks we have. What is mapping task, synchronization task, masking task, replication task, power center task, and dynamic mapping task. So some of tasks I have already created and made a video on those details, and you can just go and check in my YouTube channel, Adike's InfoTech channel. Okay, and we have a data ingestion and replication as well. And here mappings where we will create the mappings here. You can see by default some of predefined mappings are also available here. For integration purpose, argument data with lookup, copy data into an existing target, copy data to new target, join two sources with the inner join, load data to an existing SAP custom table. And these are all the some already created mappings. If you get a few uh, have scenarios like this, you can just click on this and just click on this create option. You know what will happen? It will create one mapping here. By default, it will create. Let's look at another also here. Go to mappings, integration. If you see here, replicate a MySQL table or view incremental to an existing target. Let's see what are the mappings inside this they have used. So, as I said, these are all predefined mappings. You don't have to create mappings again. You can just make use of these mappings. Okay, first create we have a source, right? Just select the source, and here we have expression CDC. Okay, this is for incremental data. Change data capture. CDC is nothing but change data capture. Real-time data, it is pulling. Okay, this expression, it will expression transformation. This will use for real-time data pulling. Okay, here expression, this is for pass through. Whatever we are getting the record from source, it will just allow to pass through to the target. So this is for, it's, let's say this is like incremental load transformation mapping. Okay, so first, for the first thing, we'll be loading into the target, right? For first insert, it will be load. If you see here, they have named it as a expression pass through. Okay, pass through transformation. If no expressions are added during customization, the transformation will be ignored at runtime as its advanced option feature is enabled. Let's see this. Okay, incoming fields. Since we don't have any selected the sources, right? Here they have excluded one field. Here, if you see here, in out info max value. So they excluded this one. Go to expression. So here they have created one ZZK as a output key. Okay, and they made it as a 1. So they hard coded it as a 1. So like this, after CTC, let's see this transformation why they have used. Create an experiment to represent the MySQL table or view timestamp field. Narrow down selection of fields to be passed down from the date time type only. Okay. Here, these are the set the parameters. P CDC field represents MySQL table or field. Okay. In the expression, they have given parameter as the CDC field. Okay. So in this way, we have some predefined mappings. We don't have to create from the scratch. If you are end up with scenarios like this, you can just make use of these transformations. Okay, so this is one of the main advantage in IICS as well. This is also one some kind of interview questions where we have predefined integration mappings and cleansing mappings. Let's see here, check source data for nulls and root valid and invalid data to different targets. What this will do, it will just check for the source data if there are any null values. Okay, so those will route to different target and valid data to the different target. Dynamic creating target, so it will create the target as a dynamic. So you can make use of these predefined mappings as well. For warehousing purpose, we do have CD types, right? So here also they have used sort predefined. So this is how the mapping look like for SCD type 2. Okay. So you can just make use of this. Just select the sources and you can uh, uh, do this. You can just pass this fields to the next transformations. You can make use of joining conditions. Okay, if you want to calculate anything here itself, you can calculate. We have a sequence key generator. Okay, and we do have for a new insert, and for this is for EX insert means existing insert. This is for existing update. So you don't have to create from the scratch. You can just make use of these predefined mappings as well. So in Informatica Power Center, we don't have these kind of features. So in IICS, we have this. So cleansing, warehousing, and industry solutions also we have. Okay. So if you want to create from the scratch, just click on these mappings. Just click this mapping and create. And we do have maplets. Okay, why we use maplets? If there are any transformation need to be reused for the multiple jobs, then we create maplets, and inside that we will create the transformations, right? So this is the use case, and we have a task flows. How we have in Power Center, we will be using sessions, right? And we'll be giving the dependency workflows and dependency sessions. Okay. So here in ISS, we have task flows. So we can create linear task flow. Linear task flow is nothing but custom task flow. We can add parallels, create sequentials, and decisions. So all kind of we can manually create it. Okay, these are all the task force we have. And coming to the components, these are full have some high level files will be there, right? Like XML, JSONs to parse those XML files and load it into required output. So we use these kind of components. Business service, this is for web services. Okay, if you have data, the data is coming from XML files. Let's say it's from a link you are getting the data. So that data you need to be loaded into some target or source tables. Okay, in that scenario, you can use this business services. With this business services, we can get the data from the browsers. Okay, and we can do the transformations and we can load into the source or target tables for further analysis. And we have a saved query. With saved query also we can load the data. And if we have any XML files, JSON files, so with this we can transform the data. And we do have intelligent structure model. If we have Excel data, okay, in one Excel, let's say if we have multiple sheets, let's say 5 sheets you have. In each sheet, different of data sets you have, and you need to load each sheet into different targets. Okay, let's say 5 sheets you have with the different data, and you need to load it into the 5 different tables. So in that scenario, you can use this component and fix it with the file format where there are no any like comma separated or pipe delimited. If it there nothing is defined in the file, then you can go with fix it with the okay, and use the defined functions, shared sequence, file listener. So these kind of components we have. So these are all the sets we have. Uh, so we covered mapping, task components, and connections and our connections, right? Let's go with one-to-one mapping now. Simple one-to-one mapping. So go to mappings here, click on this mapping, just create. Okay, this is how it looks like. Just give the mapping name. So mapping should be start with M, one to one mapping. Okay, I click on source, go to source. I just load from Oracle source to Oracle target. Okay, so I'll just select Oracle source. Let me select one object. So I'll just go here. So I have these kind of tables. Okay, these many tables I have. Let's say I'll just take employee. Uh, this is the data we have. Okay, employee LT. It's just one-to-one mapping. I'm not applying any transformations to load the data from source to the target. Okay, so I'll just use one expression to just pass all the fields from source to target. If you don't want to use the expression also, you can just directly connect source to target. Here one advantage is in Power Center, uh, how we can troubleshoot the job is after running the workflow, then we'll be taking the session log and we'll be analyzing that. But here in IICS, for each transformation, you can do the troubleshooting, whether you are getting the correct data or not from the upstream transformation, okay, to the downstream transformation. Whether the expected output or expected data is coming from the upstream transformation or not, you can just troubleshoot here itself. Let's say I have selected source as a source, right, and the scheme object is employee. So what you can do, you can just click on this preview data, whether it is fetching or not, whether the data is fetching or not from the source. You can troubleshoot here itself. So this is like a flexible way so that you can design the mapping very easily. So this is the in my source, these are the records I have. So it is pulling the records from the source. or else you can just click on this preview also. Here also it will show the same results. Okay, so now I go to target, click on target, click on connection, archive target, and load into the target table. Here select the object. So in target, t underscore employee, right? So here from source I'm pulling from employee table, and I'm just loading into the target employee. Here you can see we don't have any data here. Okay, so, so t underscore, right? It is not able to fetch the schema name. I just try to fetch t underscore employees. What is the target name? T underscore employee, right? Underscore employees. Okay, I have one more table, RT employee. Selling this. If you want to truncate that target table before loading, you can enable these options. Let's see the target fields. These are the target fields. We need to do the field mapping here. In Power Center, we'll be mapping each column to the downstream column, right? So here in the target itself, we have a field mapping. Here, what you have to do, you need to map each column to the respective column, like name to name, department to department, location to location, employee to employee. Or else, instead of doing manually, here it is field map options. We have manual, automatic, completely parameterized, or partial parameterized. You can select here automatic. What this will do, this option will automatically map any fields added later by the name. Okay, or else just click on this manual only. Here you can see automap is there, right? In automap we have exact field name is there, smart map is there, previous mapping, undo, automatic. So what you do, you just click on this auto smart. Let me unmap first so that you will understand. So when you select smart map, it will automatically map all the fields. Okay, it will check whether there are any similar names here from the incoming fields. It will map accordingly. So in this way we can map automatically. So now we mapped, right? Click on save. It should be valid. We should get valid option. Oh, okay. So now we got valid, so that the mapping was uh, validated. Or else you can click on this right symbol to validate the mapping. So now what you have to do, there are two ways to run this mapping. Either you can run directly from here, just click on this run, it will run. Or else we can create a task for this. So like how we run the workflows in Power Center. In Power Center, first we will design the mapping, right? Then, so that mapping will be selected in the session. Okay. While creating session, we will be selecting the mapping. So here instead of session, we have a task. In task, we need to select that mapping, whichever we created. Okay, let's create a mapping task here. So mapping task name should be start with empty. Okay, here empty underscore 1 to 1 mapping. Okay, so here location is default is there. It's like projects folders. If you let's create, if you want, let's create here. Go to explore. Okay, to explore. Here we have the project folders will be there. If you want to create new project, just click on that. I'll just select dev, okay, and save it. So here the folder has been created. So where we want to store all these created mappings, we can select the location path. Okay, let's go here. Mapping task here location is default is there. So I just select dev. So in this folder, I will be saving all the mappings. So we need to select the runtime environment. Without this, we cannot run the mappings. So mapping here, select here it will show whatever we created, those mappings will be shown here. So here, okay, why it is not showing? We are in dev folder, right? Dev project. We have created in default. Okay. So this is here. This is the mapping selected. So below it will show the mapping image. Okay. Click on next. So we'll get runtime options like all scheduling part, email notifications, and for error handling. We do have in advanced options. We have like pre-processing commands, post-processing commands. How we have in Informatica Power Center. Okay. Uh, Pre and post session commands will be there, right? So in same way we have in advanced options these commands as well, and we have a parameter file location paths, file directory, file name. If we have any parameters we can define here, and execution modes, and this is push down optimization. Here in IICS we call it as a SQL ELT optimization. Okay, they renamed it. Here you can select two source to target full, or you can just parameterize it. And we do have advanced session properties like for error handling. If you here, if you see nothing to display, you want to create, just click on the plus option. You can see number of error handling mechanisms are there. Okay, we can select this. These are all about the runtime options. Then save it. It should be valid again. So now it is showing valid. Then click on run. So to see your jobs, just click on this my jobs. It will show the mapping which we triggered. Okay, click on refresh. It will show the status. So as you can see, it got succeeded. From source it read 5 and it has written 5. Let's go and check here. Yeah. So this is how we can load. Okay. This is in one more way also is there to run the same mapping. Okay. So this is the mapping, right? You don't need to create mapping task. We can run directly this mapping as well. In Power Center without workflow, you cannot run the mapping, right? But here we can run the mapping itself. Just click on this run option. Okay, it will directly show here. You need to select the runtime environment and run it. That's it. See, in if you go to the my job, it will show the job details here. Just refresh it. So we have enabled truncate option, right? So it will truncate the table, and again it will insert the records into the target table. So it got succeeded. So if you check again, the same records has been loaded. So in two ways we can run the IICS jobs. This is also one kind of interview question. So they will ask you like, can we run the mappings directly in IICS? Yes. The answer is yes, we can run the mappings itself. If you have any parameters defined or any uh, mapping parameters defined in the workflow, can we run the mapping alone directly without creating the mapping task? The answer is no. If we have any parameters or any sequence generators, we should have a mapping task to the mapping. Otherwise, we cannot run the job. Okay. So that's all I want to discuss on the first day. So I hope I have given you all the step-by-step uh, guide. So I hope you guys understood very well. If you like this video, please like this video and share it to your friends. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Let's meet in the next session. Okay. Thank you. Bye.